everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the dreaded potty training. At least dreaded for me. Is it dreaded for you guys? I always dread potty training. I've done it 4 times now, but it's just a lot of work, a lot of focus, a lot of mess, and just not my favorite aspect of parenting, but it's definitely a big part of it. So, as most of you guys know, I did just finish potty training my daughter Zara, who is almost 3. And so I'm gonna kind of go through some of the tips and tricks I use for potty training. I did a video all about potty training about 1.5 years ago, soon after I potty trained my 3rd child. So you can go back and watch that one if you want to. This one is probably gonna be the same thing. This isn't like new great ideas. It's probably going to be quite repetitive of that other video if you've watched it before, but I'm just going to go ahead and give you some tips and tricks here today anyways. So my first top tip for sure is to wait till your child is ready. And sometimes a child could be interested in the potty, interested in using the washroom, long before they're actually ready to be potty trained. So they could be interested, but it doesn't necessarily mean that their body and their mind is ready for the process of being potty trained. And every child is ready at different times. I know some kids are potty trained right at 2 or before 2. Some aren't until after 3, and I've had both. I had one who was potty trained very soon after their 2nd birthday. I had one that was potty trained probably 3 or 4 months after their 3rd birthday. So it really does depend on the child. I also don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think potty training is one of those things where you can miss the window of opportunity. Like you have this small window of opportunity to potty train, and then if you miss it, it makes it so much harder again. From what I have seen, it kind of just gets easier as they get older. They are able to understand so much more. They're able to verbalize when they have to go to the bathroom. Another thing that is nice if you wait till they're a little bit older, depends on the child, when they can get this kind of thing, but when they can pull up their own underwear and their own pants, that makes it so much easier. I know I have potty trained before with a child who couldn't, and it's not a big deal, but then you're always helping them with their underwear and helping them with their pants every time they go to the bathroom, which sometimes when they're young is a lot. So when they can actually pull up their own underwear and pants on their own, that makes it a lot easier. So even before I've potty trained my first, I always heard, wait till they're ready. But how do you know if they're ready? Because like I said, I think that often they are interested in potty training, but not necessarily ready for the process. So definitely what I wait for is when they can pee on command. So for instance, Zara, sometimes I call her 2.5, sometimes I call her almost 3. Her birthday is in November, so I guess she's closer to almost 3 now. She would sit on the potty for months, like 4 months before I potty trained her, she would sit on the potty just for fun. But if she would sit there for a whole minute, like, oh, I want to sit on the potty, and she would sit there for a whole minute and do nothing, then I know, okay, she's not ready. It's when she can sit down and within about 10 seconds pee, I know that she is in control of that function. So what happened with her, a little background with potty training Zara. She, like I said, for months she was interested. And it wasn't, and I kind of thought, okay, she's about ready, she's close to ready, I should potty train her soon. And it wasn't until one day my husband and I took all the kids to the beach, and so we brought Zara just in her swimsuit, no diaper under her swimsuit, for the drive. And so I put her in her car seat and I said, don't pee in your bathing suit, don't pee in your bathing suit, just we'll go to the bathroom, or I was going to put a swim diaper on her. I think when we got to the beach I said, just don't pee in your swimsuit. And so we were about halfway there. It was like a 20-minute drive. We were about halfway there and she was like, I don't want to pee in my swimsuit. I don't want to pee in my swimsuit. And I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Like, she understands the feeling. Like, she totally understood the feeling. Like, she knew she had to pee. So number one, that's good. She understood that feeling. Number two, she didn't want to pee on herself, which is a really nice thing for them to feel, that they don't want to pee themselves, because if they really don't care, that makes potty training real hard. And so then when we got to the beach, like, she was still just kind of like not crying, but kind of whining, like, I don't want to be in my swimsuit. And then as soon as I took her out of the van, she just stood there in the grass and peed in the grass. So she totally could control that function. So I knew that she could control that function. I knew that she understood that she had to pee. She understood that feeling, and she didn't want to pee herself. So all those things put together, and it was like, okay, she is ready. And so just a couple days after that is when we started potty training her, and it went very well because she was definitely ready. So once you know your child is ready for potty training, or you think they're ready, make sure you have lots of treats on hand. We always go the candy route, or like chocolate chips is usually what we use. Some people like to do stickers and get a certain number of stickers and be able to get a treat, like little dollar store treats, or different people have different methods, but I think rewards are super important at this age. So we usually do 1 chocolate chip every time they go pee, 2 chocolate chips every time they go poo. And you'd be surprised how quickly they kind of wean off of that. Like, just starting to give them treats every time, you might think like, when am I going to stop doing that? But they quickly, like, by the time they're actually potty trained, I never volunteer to give them chocolate chips anymore. And then there might be some times where it's like, oh, I get a chocolate chip, and so I'll give them one. But very quickly that they kind of wean off of that, and they don't rely on those treats anymore, which is nice because you don't want to be giving them treats forever every time they go on the toilet. So lots of treats and lots of encouragement and excitement. Like, whenever I'm potty training and my child goes pee or poo on the potty, it's not just like, oh, good. It's like, yay, you did it. Look what you did. And like, just treat them like as if they've just done the best thing ever, the best accomplishment by using the potty. And they really feed off of that excitement. In my experience, they definitely need underwear while they're being potty trained, and not pull-ups. Some people go like the no underwear, like bare bum method, and that's fine too. I've never done that method. I've always used underwear, and that works well. And I'm definitely not like a, ooh, no pull-ups person, and we have pull-ups. I buy pull-ups. But they're for rare use. Like, if we're going on a long drive during potty training, I might put a pull-up on them just in case. Or like if we're sitting through some long service, or like just some instance where I know that it wouldn't be easy to use the potty, but it's rare, and for the most part they're in underwear, because a pull-up to them pretty much feels like a diaper, and so I find that wearing underwear makes a big difference. We use these underwear for all my kids. We've used them. It's a little bit more waterproof, I guess. Like, if they pee, a bit stays in it and doesn't go all over the floor. It's almost like a thermal kind of material, waffle. I don't know. I'm not good with materials, but it looks like that. And they definitely feel that sensation of they're wet and they've wet themselves, but it doesn't make quite as big as a mess as like real underwear. And then once they're potty trained, like Zara was in these for probably 3 days before I bought her real big girl underwear, because that's just how quickly she picked it up. Now, when I am potty training, even if I thought my child was ready, if in about 2 days, maybe 3 tops, if they're really not catching on, okay, that's fine. We'll take a break. We'll try it again in a few months. And this even happened with Zara. I wasn't really set on potty training her yet, but probably about 5 months ago, maybe, it was like in the springtime, there was one day she just really wanted to wear underwear. And I said, okay, fine, we'll try it. We'll do it for the day. And she wore underwear. And she actually did quite well, but I was reminding her like every 15 minutes to use the bathroom. And she would go because she could already pee on command at that point. But then she would go outside for a half hour and she would just pee herself. We went in the car for we went in like a 20-minute drive. By the time we arrived to our destination, she'd already peed in her underwear. And so we just tried it for that day, but by the end of that day, I knew, okay, she's not quite ready. She's kind of understanding the concept, but she's not ready. So we're just going to put it away. And we did. We put it away for, I don't know, it's been 4 months or something before we tried it again. And so could I have potty trained her back those few months ago? I probably could have. It would have taken a few more days. But we probably could have done it, really. But it didn't hurt to wait, and I thought if she's not quite ready, there's no reason to push it and make it something that they hate. And I did do that with one of my children, my oldest, and it was okay. It worked out okay, but the potty training process took a long time because I just thought, I think he's ready. I think it's time to be potty trained, and it just took a long time because he wasn't quite ready. So the potty training process was longer than it should have been, because I probably could have just waited another 6 months and it would have been a lot quicker. Another thing that I think most of my children go through some sort of it, is regression. And a couple of my kids went through a little bit of a regression when a new baby came into the house. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Zara in the next month, when this new baby comes. But even if it's not a big regression, it's just a little, even right now, Zara's going through this because her first week of being potty trained, week or two, she did amazing, not a single pee accident at all. And she just felt like, oh, I have to pee. I'm going to run in and go pee. And then they always get to this point, whether they're really conscious of this feeling or not, they kind of push it a little bit longer. They know, okay, I kind of have to pee, but I'm going to hold it. And then they end up having an accident. And Zara's been like that the last few days, just a couple more accidents a day, where I know she's just trying to hold it, and then she runs to the bathroom and she's already peed herself. They just kind of start to get lazy about it. But that's very normal, and my kids at least have all gone through some sort of regression like that. But that's all for my tips today. I hope that was of some help to you guys. I know a lot of you commented saying, yes, I need your tips. But like I said, every child is different, and I don't know if I helped you at all because your situation might be different than my situation. But number one, wait till they're ready. That's definitely what I have found to be the most important tip as far as potty training goes. So let me know down in the comments below if any of this helped you out, how old your child was when they were potty trained. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for coming by and watching. Bye.